Hi today. How are you? I'm glad to see you here again. Today I'm talking about seasonal ways to cleanse the body. It's a long-standing tradition in holistic health circles, and by long-standing I mean thousands of years, that people do some sort of a body cleanse or a spiritual cleanse, maybe like a shamanic journey is what I mean by a spiritual cleanse, or do Christian retreats in the springtime. I mean, the whole notion of cleansing is pervasive in our society. And I mean, it even translates into spring cleaning. You can do that for spiritual reasons as well. So, a really easy way to inspire your body and, kick it into gear in terms of cleansing. And the cleansing in the body happens with the blood circulation, of course, which brings nutrients around. And it also happens with the lymphatic fluid. Interesting thing about the lymphatic fluid, I am totally geeking out because I get to talk science-y for a few moments here. Lymphatic fluid is what is secreted by our lymph nodes. We have some here and in the armpits, the axillary area, in the groin also. And they are responsible for our immunity being in good health. So anything that would, complement the lymphatic fluid to be more mobile and pass through our bodies, I think that's a pretty good idea. The interesting thing about the lymphatic fluid, at least I find this fascinating, is that there is more lymphatic fluid in the body than there is blood. And that is amazing. The blood has the heart, of course, as its pump system, sends blood out, pumps it back through the heart, all that. The lymphatic fluid, with so much more volume in the body than blood, it has no pump system to circulate it. So the lymphatic fluid relies primarily on muscle contraction and manual stimulation of some kind to move the fluid along and refresh it. That to me is absolutely fascinating. Something to do as something easy to do as part of a spring body cleanse would be full body exfoliations. And I used to make my own private label products you can go to the store and very inexpensively pick up fine ground sea salt. And the fine grind is more desirable because you're going to be rubbing it on you. You don't want it to be too sharp. So a fine instead of coarse. So get a fine grind on the sea salt. And into the sea salt, in order to make, a nice kind of paste, you want to put some sort of oil that's compatible with the skin. Like a very simple oil. Nothing that, has too much flavor. Like you wouldn't want to use peanut oil, but you might want to use safflower or grapeseed. Those are some very fine oils that are very light to touch. They're not heavy, and they're compatible with the body because they come from plants, like most oils do, but certain plants are more compatible with us than others, and that's a lesson for a different day, very far away from now. You may still hear like the froggy stuff in my voice from me recovering from the flu. I am, for all intents and purposes, completely recovered now, and I just have this like lingering kind of hoarse sounding voice every so often. So apologies there if it's disturbing or distracting you. I really wanted to post about this cleansing because it is really important and it is really easy. So what you want to do after you have the salt and the plain oil, and then you get to pick your scent, and you want something mild, again, if you're not sure how you're going to like it, and you can go to like any health food store and get a little teeny bottle as a trial size, things that you might like. So sniff them all out. I recommend lavender. Seems to be a favorite of people. Chamomile also goes very well with lavender if you wanted to combine them. A really earthy kind of sexy smell is one called Ling Ling. And let's see what else. Do not use citrus oils out of the bottle or cinnamon, because I can speak from experience, sometimes when those types of oils get on certain parts of the body, it can be very, very uncomfortable, and you will like swear off body scrubbing. And I almost have a couple of times, but I love the technique so much of that body treatment. Speaking of body treatments, you can book yourself for something called a salt glow at a day spa, or if you wanted to splurge and spend an overnight at a destination spa, that would be amazing and good for you. When you have your home set up with your salt mixed with the oil and your scent is in there and you think it's going to work okay, you want to start at your feet and put some of the salt in your hands and stand on a towel, or better yet, stand in the shower so that the drips of the salt, will just go down the drain. Be careful, because if the salt is mixed with oil, it may be slick. Like if you do the bottoms of your feet, make sure you're standing on a towel in the shower. Safety first. And you want to rub in like sort of big circles. You can have one hand on each side of your leg and just go up the leg towards the knee. Keep going. Put more salt in your hands. Circles, big circles across the thigh and up to the hip. And then you do the other leg. So all surfaces of the leg get done, and you're not spending very much time at all. That is the number one thing that people say, I certainly don't have time to give myself a spa treatment at home. Yes, you do, really. And I tested my theories on myself when I was a single mom and I had very little time. I never took a shower that was longer than 6 minutes for about 10 years straight. And what I used to do is exfoliate one part of my body per shower. So say I take 5 showers a week. One day is legs, one day is abdomen and back, one day is arms and shoulders, and then you rotate back around to legs and feet. Everything gets done that way. And again, it's getting done on a regular basis. And you will feel brighter from the inside out with this type of application. And it's very good, mentally also to feel that brightness. I just love all this stuff so much. And also, some people ask frequently, can you use lotion instead of oil? You can, but I'm gonna do a science geek out again for a second and just share that the absorbent part of the cell wall, which is what we're going for, is called a phospholipid bilayer. So that means it's 2 layers. One of them is made from lipid. So what's a lipid? A lipid is a fat. Lotion is not oil-based, it's water-based. So a lotion, I feel like, is a sealant over the skin to protect it, whereas an oil, like a really nice quality compatible oil, will help nourish the skin through that fat layer. Does that make sense? I really hope so. I'm so excited to be talking about this. It's the right time of year, and also it's a great time of year to do a liver cleanse if you're not into the scrubby dub stuff, or maybe you are and you want to do as much as you can. Get some liver cleanse tea. It's usually got some milk thistle in it, and but a lot of things work. Ginger, turmeric, leafy green vegetables. There's a lot of ways to treat your liver very nicely, and we should treat our liver very nicely because it does a lot for us. All right, I'm gonna see what the cards have to say for our remaining time. I'm only gonna pull 2 cards, and I really hope you take advantage of the body scrubby dubby, and I hope I explained enough. First card, Knight of Swords. Ooh, he looks tremendous. And the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, that's a great card. They are both very good. My goodness. Let's see about this Knight of Swords. He looks exactly like his description. They said that he is devoted to rooting out evil. So I would say maybe it's not evil that's being rooted out, but maybe it's just the process of rooting something out for ourselves, like exploring more holistic home therapies. Maybe you didn't know you were going to learn about that today, and it sparked your interest for something else. That would be cool. The Ace of Cups awakens the soul to its path. The Ace of Cups. It reminds us that there's always opportunity for a fresh start, and it also brings enthusiasm to the soul's journey. That is so cool. Well, I don't have time for a shadow card today, but maybe we don't need one. I'm willing to think that. I'll see you next time.